For the research essay, I decided to choose a modality, and I wanted to choose Rolfing because I have always heard great things about it, and I wanted to go in and get a session done just to see how it would make me feel. Rolfing is an alternative medicine originally developed and named after Ida Rolf as a manipulative therapy. Rolfing involves the massage of deep body tissues and aligning the body's structure and function. Dr. Rolf was driven to find solutions to her own health problems as well as those of her two sons, so she spent many years studying and experimenting with different systems of healing and manipulation. The human body is a structure that moves within the Earth's gravitational field. As such, it is either aligned with gravity or not. A body misaligned with gravity experiences strain from the gravitational pull. This strain will eventually lead to pain. Chronic body misalignment results in strain to the supporting structures, bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, organs, and especially the fascia which surrounds and defines each of these. Because the body is better balanced after rolfing, it expends less energy. It is lifted by gravity rather than fighting against gravity. Movement becomes easier, more fluid, and graceful. Old movement patterns start to dissolve and can be replaced with new, more efficient ones. The benefits of rolfing include better posture and alignment, increased flexibility and range of motion, increased movement efficiency, more energy, pain reduction, and better self-image. The first 3 sessions help loosen and balance the surface layers of connective tissue. The first session is devoted to enhancing the quality of breathing with work on the arms, ribcage, and the diaphragm. The second session helps the body find a stable foundation by balancing the foot and muscles of the lower leg. The third session involves a side view and understanding how the head, shoulder, and girdle are position related to one another when standing under the influence of gravity. Sessions 4 through 7 focus on the core. The fourth session starts from the inside of the arch of the foot and up the leg to the bottom of the pelvis. The fifth session balances surface and deep abdominal muscles to the curve of the back. Session 6 helps support the movement from the legs, pelvis, and the lower back. The seventh session focuses the attention to the head and the neck. Sessions 8 through 10 focus on integration. During sessions 8 and 9, the practitioner determines how best to achieve the integration, as the protocol is unique for each individual. The final session serves to inspire a sense of order and balance in the individual's body. When I went in for my appointment, I told her that I was having issues with my upper back. I usually hold a lot of tension on my upper back, so she began by looking over my body, just seeing how I'm aligned, and she noticed that my right foot is flatter than the left, and she also noticed that my right hip was more medial than my left, and she just noticed things about my body that I was never really aware of. After she evaluated my body, I laid down on the table, flat on my back, and she wanted to start at the bottom of my feet just because she noticed that um, my legs and my feet are really unaligned. And she also asked me if I have ever injured my left foot, and I have not. So I thought that was a little odd. I, I probably have, but I just wasn't aware of it. As she began to massage my feet, she had me do movements, um, and I felt a lot of tension come out as she was massaging, and it felt really, really nice. And after my feet, she moved on to my lower legs and my knees, and my knees were also not really aligned, so she did a lot of work on my knees. And after that, she had me stand up, and she said that she noticed an immediate difference, and she said that it was nice that I'm coming in while I'm still young, because as you get older, it gets harder to realign the body. Since I told her that I wanted to focus on my upper back and my shoulders, she did some massage on my hands, my arms, my upper back, and my shoulders, and it all felt really nice after the session was completed. When I stood up again, she looked at my shoulders and she noticed that um, my right shoulder holds a lot of tension, and it's because I use my right hand, my right arm for everything. So she noticed that it was a little bit lower, and she told me that if I wanted to come in for the 10 session, that I could. So I'm really looking into that. It is expensive, but it's an investment on your body, and after noticing all of these things, I think that it would be very beneficial to my healing journey. I wanted to include a clip of a Rolfing session just so you can all get a feel of how the session goes, and I really recommend it. I hope you enjoy.
So, plantar fasciitis is a condition where the person gets pain in the heel, often close to the heel, and there are two slips to the plantar fascia, one which is wider through the middle and one which is thinner to the outside. So a common area of pain might be here on the outside part of this. So in plantar fasciitis, as with other pain conditions, in my opinion, the best approach is to deal very carefully with the local area of the pain and then eliminate other areas which are feeding into that, which I would call more global treatment. So for the local treatment, we'll look at the plantar fascia here, and the first thing I would do is warm up the plantar fascia in general. Even if the pain is down here, I'll be warming up the whole plantar fascia, and I would take a little bit of time to do that. The next thing I would do, and this is very important, is to treat the site itself. So I will go closer to the area and start to apply pressure towards the heel. We don't want to be going away from the heel because plantar fasciitis is inflammation or micro tears around where the tendon goes into the bone here. So we don't want to be going away from it to tear or increase inflammation or increase the micro tears. So the direction is definitely towards the heel. This is important to get client feedback as we do this, and if there's any sudden pain, I would take my hands off and we'll work out what's happening and whether we can proceed. But getting little movements from the toes up and down and relax gives me feedback as I go through this. So this would be done very carefully, and I might ask my client to stand up and walk, see how she's feeling, and then go back and do some more treatment if that's deemed to be appropriate. So this would take time, and it's very, very careful and subtle work. So having done that, we would then look at what is actually feeding into this area from other muscles. Exactly what could be causing this. It could be shoes, it could be sporting repetitive actions. Have a look at that with my client, see if there's anything that can be rearranged with that. And also perhaps do some judicious stretches to stretch out the calf, which can be a major culprit in putting tension through here.